we've seen Rush lose to Synergy with a 6-man team on Prokhorovka in the first round. They lost one game.
Oh, they did lose. Yeah. Okay, I didn't remember that. Mines is the first map.
Ну что ж, Руинберг
вторая карта, Прохоровка будет третья, если понадобится. На Прохоровку мы кинем, база на Руинберге от GRA. Верхний, понятное дело, распал. Ну что ж, удачи, парни. Нас ждет еще
So let's see if those shirts will change their playstyles on Mines.
Во-первых, из социальных сетей. Ну, давайте дождемся, пока я поменяю микрофон. А The Angel свои мысли коротко об этой игре сейчас скажет нам всем.
On the first map. So rush together, making sure their morale is high. The last second briefing, showing them that they have the ability and cooperation to make do.
Yeah, and the huddle up between the Rush players. Yes.
And here we are. They will do their chant.
They will.
There we go, Rush! And they will return to their seats, ready for the first map. They will be starting any second now, as the teams are invited to join the battle. And once we see them all in, we will see the start. And looking at the players for the teams, we actually have, these players are all pretty good. There's no way about it. These are all the top teams in Russia, so every single one of these players have fought for their place here. And there are, well, many situations that have occurred between these players prove their worth. Rush did say earlier that they thought the best player on GRA was Minx by far, so we have to keep an eye on him. But he doesn't always drive a good combat tank. He actually sometimes drives T1s or light tanks that aren't combat vehicles. But we'll see if that happens again. Sometimes he does command from the front line.
Yeah, sometimes he does. But being in T1 where you can just sit calmly in one bush is sometimes good. And we do have the Rush's team up on the screen now, and it consists of Deluxe, Eclipse, Killroyd, Hexecutor, Inspire, Lepsau, and Powerslide, with the Hive being the 10th player down there. He hasn't really played this season, and it's the best team that Rush could have.
Yeah, I mean, Rush are a team that they've been playing a lot together, and they are steady and confident with their lineup. They wouldn't be changing up, and a professional team needs to stay with the same guys. They can't really be swapping people out.
No.
But GRA, we have a full 10-man team, and we have seen all of these players play at one point or another, not necessarily offline, but at least definitely during the league. With Minx, Armour Lee, Dynamo, International 64, Armageddon 008, Miss You Rock, Calento, Genio Blonde, and don't think the April is here, but all the ones I just mentioned are here, with Miss You Rock and Miss You Rock subbing out for Calento during one of the matches.
But they're both in this game, Calento and Miss You Rock.
Well, we'll see when the actual list comes up, the final list, because things can change.
Yes.
So there's no reason to speculate on that until it happens, until we've got some actual facts. But these players are very, very good. We've seen many cool moves and many epic game movers. We've seen Hexecutor go from amazing in the first 2 rounds to being shockingly bad yesterday, and basically costing Rush a lot of matches, especially on Mines. Well, we're going to see Mines again now, so really got to look out for Hexecutor. If he performs well, I think that Rush have this. If he doesn't, then maybe they won't be able to.
Yeah, and we've seen Eclipse perform insanely good in his artillery as always, but we've also seen Deluxe switch from his usual T1 into a Bison and actually saving a game against Unity yesterday in one of the most epic draws we've ever seen in this season of Golden League.
And here we have Armour Lee, one of the best players on GRA. We've seen him perform very, very well this entire time. In fact, the international audience were shouting his name during yesterday's battles, so that was good. Dynamo, also very good. Not much to say about him, though. He's just a standard good all-round player. Minx, the captain, very well known and very well respected in the RU community.
Рядышком с Кепом сидит у нас очень серьезный игрок. International Ищук Богдан, Кировоград.
International 64.
With the cap, white cap.
He's so chill, look at him.
Yeah.
Ну и последний игрок на верхней части GRA. Это Мальч Александр Калента, город Донецк.
Калента.
Yeah, the last guy on stage. Last
И
two
Bowers
в
to the
переходе к
audience.
нижней части
Yeah.
все-таки я понимаю, что есть некоторые изменения, потому что
Clancy's been one of those
зависело
players as well that's been a bit
от карты.
random, sometimes very good,
Сейчас играют
sometimes
большим
not so
количеством
good.
игроков.
As
Но,
we've
тем
seen,
не
he
менее,
has been subbed out
остается у
before,
нас
so
такой человек,
Yeah.
как Гасай Игорь, Армагеддон, Киев, также представляет столицу.
We have
I'm not sure
Ну,
who
и
he
вот
said there,
только
пересел
пересел на этот компьютер, как только узнал,
Armageddon.
какая
Is that
будет
Armageddon?
первая
Is that
карта. Очень
Yes,
хороший,
08
интересный
it
человек,
looked like,
которого вы видели у нас на
Daniel
трансляции.
It is
Yeah,
Armageddon.
Денис
Armageddon, yeah.
Солонецкий, Дэниел
So-
Блон, Черновцы, город.
Daniel Blon is here, one of the
Также,
younger
наверное,
members of the team.
стоит отметить таких,
Also
людей,
quite
как
cocky looking, actually, I would
Yeah.
say.
Все-таки сейчас пока что в запасе, он
With the
появится на следующем
hand
карту, еще
sign
раз его
there.
объявлю. А есть где-то рядышком все-таки Юрок, чтобы...
Yeah, that was the GRA TM team, and this is the losers finals in the bracket. So
друзья, город
why we
Чернигов,
are.
Звашевский Юрий, вот
Miss
он,
you
он
rock.
еще появится.
And there's Miss you rock,
попозже.
definitely not a girl.
That's
Привет.
not a girl.
Сцену, там
Nope.
оператор стоит, чтобы тебя, да, все хорошо
He's
рассмотрели.
only called
That's
you
their
rock.
Это МС
Okay,
друзья.
you
Ну,
rock
где-то в
there.
зале, конечно же, находится такой
Yeah,
человек,
he's
как
been
Раб
subbed
Зеро,
by,
представляющий Киев. Это
Him and Kalento.
Владимир
By
Казанов,
Kalento, yeah, they are
Сащенко.
subbing,
Kalento's
yeah.
their
Недавно
primary,
читали
but
статью
they
по
did
тебя
bring in
в
Mr. Rock for the
дружище.
last
Как
game.
всегда болеет
Yes.
за команду, если
Oh
что.
well, Rob the Rob is
Rob the
here.
Rob!
He is here. I
Nice!
don't think we've seen him actually play this
Nope.
tournament, but
Not at all.
I could be mistaken.
Yeah, we haven't.
In the first round he might have played, I'm not entirely sure. But there's the players from GRTM, and
Ну и
give them a
лучшие
round of
парни
applause.
в мире, чемпионы World
But we will
Superbig
probably be
2019
introduced to
года,
the Rush, but I'm not sure if anyone needs an introduction.
I
Those,
do,
they are
but-
very famous in the Russian community, so we will see if they... People that seem to be confused with the vote for previously, we did do a vote for Twitch for this match earlier on because people from Twitch feel like they didn't have an opportunity. But here we go, time to introduce the players here from Rush.
That was Hexecutor.
Смоленск. А вот теперь на левую часть вернемся, и уже настало время этого парня. Пономарев Кирилл, Кириллоид, город
That's Killer
Ростов,
Oid.
друзья.
Killeroid, yeah.
Второй
good
российский
in
игрок
his
команды.
T71.
Рядышком с Кириллоидом. Чуть поближе к капитану. Палащенко Дмитрий. Это Левша, город Астрахань.
That's Les Shaw, or
Shaw.
Le Bowers,
Он
I've been
просто
called.
the one and
Lebauer,
only.
yeah.
Капитан команды, просто мега-мозг.
And the
Коллектива
commander
и, наверное,
of
клей команды
Rush.
вокруг
The very
которого
chilled
всё вот
Deluxe.
вращается.
Deluxe.
Друзья,
One of the
это
older,
Лепин Дмитрий,
members.
Делюкс, город Москва.
Of the community and performing for one of the best teams in the world, arguably the best.
Yeah, so
we'll find out later today.
Yeah, fret not if you're
Дмитрий, Powerslide,
the
город
older
Харьков.
generation, you can still
But
be in.
power slide
Power
there, one of the
slide.
younger
Ну
members
и
of the
перейдем к
team.
нижней части.
Very
Есть
nice.
там
And then we have
Very
the
solid
last
member.
two guys on
человека.
the
Это Мазеин
on the lowest
Максим, Спарер, город
stage.
Екатеринбург. И рядышком с ним
That would
не
be
менее
is
замечательный,
that
самый,
Spyro?
наверное, один из самых
Yeah,
страшных
Inspire.
артистов русского сервера. Это Богданов
There we have
This
the
last guy, everyone
master
knows.
of the artillery.
Eclipse.
Ну и
Yeah.
передаем еще одному украинцу, менеджеру
Very
команды,
tall but skinny
Кайлу
gentleman.
Yeah.
Very nice guy though.
Very,
He's
very
a very,
nice
very
guy.
nice guy. So if you ever get a chance to meet him at an offline event, make sure to snap your photo with him. He will always be willing.
У меня заявлено
So
на
there we have
парни.
all the
Если все
members of the
готовы,
teams.
мы
Now you
можем
have a face to
начинать
put to the
переходить к
names,
первой карте.
and hopefully you will
Результаты
remember
у
them.
нас и
It's quite hard. I know there's a lot of people in the teams for Water Tanks, 7 aside, which is actually the biggest team you get in esports these days. So 7 is a lot of people to remember, but they are very nice people. I don't think there's anyone from these two teams that are known to be any BM of any sort. So especially Minx, Eclipse and Deluxe, very nice guy. Nasao, even though he doesn't speak English, has been very polite to us at least.
Yes.
So that's always a good thing. But there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
First map up is Mines, and players are getting ready.
They are getting
So
ready. So
we
this
should be
match should be starting for an hour and 10 minutes behind schedule. I think. No, it's not an hour and 10 minutes behind schedule, actually. This is on schedule.
Is it?
Yes, it's meant to start at 1 o'clock. We were ahead of schedule. It's 10 minutes behind schedule, that's all.
Yeah.
I forgot the conversion between CET and local time. So we actually are not as far behind as we thought. We didn't think that it was going to start an hour ago, but there we go. We are ready to go now. So apologise if you've been waiting, but there we go. Anyway, we have people here has been voting, and we have the votes in. We have 365 valid votes, a lot more attempted votes,
Yeah.
but 365 valid votes for this one, largely in the Rush domain. So if GRA win, there's going to be a lot of people with a high chance of winning compared to if Rush, because, well, you know. But there is 5 gold tanks to give away. That's 1 for Korean, 1 for SEA, 1 for EU, 1 for North America.
Yes.
Did I say all of them?
Yes, you did.
So that's all 4, but there's a spare one. There's a 5th, and on that 5th one, we will be giving out to anyone. So that could be a second Korean, second Southeast Asian player, or European, or American. You never know the random luck of the die, and we will be using a random number generator for these giveaways for the golden tanks. But then we do have the golden gold giveaway, not golden. The gold giveaway.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 code that works in any of those 4 regions, not for the Russian region because the Russians have their own things going on. So this is just for you guys in the international scene, and I'll start off by giving one of the quotes that I've been collecting as this next match is about to start. So here we go, and Bullet Heart said, "I'm glad to have lost." That's Rush had lots of sleep. Sorry, he's had lots of sleep last night in preparation for the Rush versus GRA rematch. Time to set up the tents.
Yep.
So congratulations and collect your gold from your Twitter account. So introducing the teams of Rush versus GRA TM. We just saw their faces, but now let's see their lineups. So and we're going to see in the blue team here at the top of the map in the north position is GRA TM, Minx International 64, Kalento Armour Lee, Dynamo, Denny Oblon, Armageddon 008. Running a double Bison combination as they did before.
Yeah, and for Rush we have Executor, Inspire, Lesau, Pauslite, Killeroid, Clips and Deluxe, and they're running a Sturmpanzer 5 Bison and a T50-2.
That's right, so instead of having the double tier 7 T71, they've gone for the extra tier 8 and the tier 5 Scout instead. When we see Armour Lee engaging in the middle, chasing down that tier 5 Scout, Killeroid, and it's all up to the artillery, but the artillery are missing, Eclipse and Deluxe not connecting, but Armour Lee's also not, but there we go, one shot does go in, that's from Inspirer, who's got round the back. Armour Lee survives with 18 points left, has to be careful now, but Inspirer is forced to move back as Dynamo International 64 and his teammates Kalento managed to push Inspirer back with a hail of fire, but it didn't actually connect really much with it. What is he doing? Armour Lee's crossing the thing. He's going to be spotted. This should be easy for Inspirer unless he's reloading, and the answer is yes, he's reloading. He actually had 3 of his shots fired, but he decided to reload. Great awareness from Armour Lee.
Yep, it was. But yeah, taking a ton of damage straight off from the beginning, Armour Lee. Yeah, chasing that T50-2 instead of just going straight to the right, he went straight for the T50-2 and avoided cover, and that's not a very good idea when you have Inspirer sitting in your rear. You see the pings are going out for Eclipse. He knows where the enemies are and where he is going to be shooting, but he needs information from that location so he can start firing at the dude sitting there and proximity scouting, and Killeroid is going straight up there to do some scouting.
Yeah, Armour Lee, there has to be careful. If he gets a glancing shot from Eclipse, he will die. The Sturmpanzer has a decent blast radius, unlike the Bison. So Armour Lee has to be incredibly careful, and that's what he's doing. Heading to the back of the map, making sure he's got to use his DPS and not his himself to do any more scouting. So they have to rely on Dynamo now, and that's one of the weaknesses of this strategy. Having 2 T-71s, who are decent combat vehicles, do the scouting, actually leads you to the possibility that you will lose.
Yeah, Kalento just got hit twice in the head by both artillery from Eclipse and Deluxe, and they keep on firing.
Burning slightly, but his auto fire repair does get rid of it. And again, and this time Amara goes down. Kalento is going to be killed now by Lesau, but no, he is just in cover, but the artillery knows where he is. Surely the artillery is going to be shooting down him now. Yes, they are, but they've not been able to connect so far. They're hitting the rock in front of him, but his ammo rack was damaged, and his loader is still hurt. Wow, Kalento is actually in serious trouble, but Dynamo in the meantime is hit by artillery. Sorry, Dynamo spots Lesau, who's then hit by artillery for Rush. So far it's quite an even exchange, even though Kalento has been badly damaged and so is Armour Lee. Quite a few of Rush have been hit too. I wouldn't say it's that even though, it's definitely leaning in the favour of Rush, but they've not been able to secure any kills.
No, they haven't, and Lesau is now hiding firmly behind these rocks as Inspire is covering the entrance, so no one's getting in, and in the meantime we have the T50-2 Killeroid sitting here over on the west side or east side of the hill, making sure that no one tries to sneak past them and go in for the artillery, which have been doing so well so far.
Indeed. Now, the blue team here, GRA TM fighting Executor, Minx on the side, the captain in his AMX 1390, as you see here, making sure that he is pinned against this wall. As you see the explosions going on around him, that the artillery are trying to peg him down. He is pinned, he will not be able to move, but he should be quite safe.
Yeah, Powerslide has been looking all the way over there for the last 10 seconds now, but he did disappear, so Powerslide has now moved closer to the rocks and is staying much more already safe now.
So Executor moving around the corner here, trying to see if he can get a peg on Minx, but it's not going to happen without serious consequences, as the artillery will be trying to support him there. Not Armageddon.
And Eclipse is hitting twice now on International 64. He's been hit twice now by Eclipse, and Eclipse has been pressing T or target on top of International 64 every single time he's been hitting him.
Two more shots just bounced behind International 64 as he's just a little bit too fast for the shots from Eclipse and Deluxe. They did hit him though, and he has taken a ton of damage, and he just used his repair kit to fix his gun.
Yeah, and Inspire took
Oh, and again, he's hit again! International 64 hit again! Eclipse has hit him again! Deluxe and Eclipse constantly hitting International 64. They cannot see him, they're just guessing where he's going, and they're perfectly guessing. They have actually made no mistakes there, and they know exactly where he's gone. Will they be able to guess the route that he's taken now? The answer is no. They keep shooting where he was, and International 64, Calento and Armely all seriously damaged from blind shots.
This is horrible right now, horrible in terms of HP, because, well, when it comes down to the, well, it's not 3 minutes on this map, but much less, like 1 minute, Powerslide, Inspire and Executor could move in and take them out with one shot each. So they really have to be careful of keeping those guys alive from now on.
Dynamo, they're looking for something to happen. He's the last guy left on his team that can scout properly without losing HP. Minx has already been spotted and can't really scout. He would get killed if he tried to move out from that position there, so he's got to be very careful. But the last guy they have left on their team will be Dynamo to be able to do anything. And if they can make anything happen, it will be all down on Dynamo.
Yeah, and some blind shots going off from Daniel Blonde or Armageddon, but nothing hitting, not even close. Because they have no eyes up there, and they dare not to move any eyes up there because they've taken so much damage.
A tree goes down on the hill. One of the team members there from Rush has revealed themselves to Dynamo, and no doubt he's calling for artillery support now by Daniel and Armageddon.
Yeah, and Kilroyd actually went down, and he snapshotted FC Dynamo.
That cannot be good, considering he's the last guy with a lot of HP on this side of the map. It looks like that, although they haven't lost anybody yet, they just have no HP remaining. If Rush are just even semi-competent to come around the corner and one-shot all of their tanks, this will be the end. So hopefully Rush know this and they can come forward, but I don't think they know, because although they know they've been hitting with the artillery, I don't think they know how much damage exactly they did do.
Yeah, exactly. They could have been hitting tracks, dealing no damage whatsoever, but that we saw International, they now know that he's very low on HP.
They just spotted International, so yeah, that means they do know at least two of them are at low HP. I don't know if they know the third is. So Rush, with that new information, should be able to make the judgment call that they can move in now. With 3 minutes remaining, they can't take their time too much. They need to make the move here. But Killeroid is moving in now, ready to make something happen. Anyone can do the damage here, but Killeroid is able to take down Armely, receiving only a little bit of damage in return. But Dino Blonde now in trouble as Killeroid can see him. And no, he's not spotted.
Took some damage.
He could have seen him, but he didn't.
Yeah, but he didn't. Too far ahead. Oh, and Minsk is moving back now, and all the players of Rush are moving forward. Inspire, Powerslide, and Executor on the hill are moving forward to do some damage. And they are on FC Dynamo.
FC Dynamo is in a lot of trouble now, but Minx is there trying to help, but at 573 HP, the entire team here for GRA TM are really low, and their power slide does finish off Dynamo. Minx now the last guy with any sort of HP remaining. Coletta goes down now to Killeroid. Now even the T50-2 is their biggest threat because of how, and there goes Armageddon Dorados. This is the turkey shoot.
It really is. Just as we saw Rush when they had their backs against the wall, they really went mental and went perfect against I can't even remember who that was, but it proved here it was against the same team.
In fact, yes, it was GRA TM.
Yeah.
Last time these two teams met on Mines, it exactly happened the same way.
Yep,
Rush just took out GRA TM. 1, 2, 3. Very good choice for the first map here by Rush.
Yeah.
Knowing their opponents, being able to deal with the damage like that. Very good game. Absolutely crushed GRA. But remember, guys, GRA lost 2-0 on Mines against Rush, but then won the next two, won the other two maps. So GRA did knock out Rush last time. So you never know.
You never know. It can happen again.
Indeed, it can.
But yeah, we see the stats here with the Eclipse. He is just amazing. He fired 22 shots. That's so many shells being fired, but he hit 4 of them, doing 1,300 damage on International.
That is a lot of damage there, and the crowd is beginning to form now for these teams as we get closer to the finals. It was very early on a Sunday here when we first started the match, and so the team, and plus it was unadvertised. It was unadvertised the first match because everyone thought it was going to start at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So 2 o'clock local time, your time 1 o'clock. So yeah, so the crowd is only just beginning to form now here in the studio, but what a big crowd it is! As you can see there, the crowd is absolutely huge. We will get the stats for you any second now, and there we go. Eclipse
once again at the top in his Artie.
Yep, sometimes the 2 where 3 points does the most damage. Very good work by him. In fact, Dulux as well, equally as good. Those 2 guys were pinning everybody down there, and it's just that's what it was. That game was lost purely from HP. What's the word? Just removing HP constantly whenever there was a chance, even when it was blind shots.
Yeah, it's amazing, and well, that just shows that you should really take those shots. As you saw, Eclipse, he fired 22 shells. That's so much blind fire, and only 4 of them hit, and 1 of those were a blind shot.
Indeed, well, actually, about half the damage shots early on seem to be blind. It's like how they realised someone. I guess they just tried it. Dulux probably fired first, the Bison, and if it didn't make an explosion, they were like, someone's there, and then Eclipse would take the shot as well, and that's how we always saw the 1, 2, 1, 2, and then they just kept firing to make sure it was like a spotter and then the main damage. So it's like tracer fires. Okay, that's where he is. Go hit him, and it worked out for them. They took 3 tanks down to almost no HP before they even engaged.
Yeah, that's amazing. That was almost full HP tank going against crippled tank. And yeah, that's just no competition whatsoever. So at least Rush knew that they had the upper hand and moved in to just finish off the kills.
Indeed. They got a quote here from Twitter saying that the analytics are always welcome and they're very good and just show how tactical this game is. Commanders, open your mind. And that's from Lazik on Twitter. And we have then also we say yes, the best moment from yesterday came in today just a minute ago. Yesterday's best moment was the first suicide in the league between GRA and New Star match. I laughed so much, and yes, the first suicide, he panicked and ran off the hill and blew out. That was so fun. But so thank you to Onni Fuji, I think is how you pronounce that, but I'm not entirely sure. I think there was some bad translation going on. My Google translation was trying to automatically change the screen, so anything it thought was Russian, it changed into a completely wrong word. So that was a bit unfortunate there.
But yeah, as we can see here, Rush are just they're very, very calm here, just waiting for the next game to happen, and with good reason. They just stomped GRA like they did last time on this very map. And we can see GRA they look a lot more tense.
I think they feel comfortable losing mines. Okay, it sounds weird to say, but they did lose it so bad against Rush last time that I think that they can just relax and say, okay, we're going to lose mines. We just can't beat them. It's just not been enough time to prepare for mines. But we're going to beat them on the other 2 maps. If they start losing on the other 2 maps, that's when they're going to get nervous. I think they can keep calm losing on mines against Rush. It's not a nice position to go, throw a game down, but it's better than staying tense for 3 maps when you know that the enemy have just got you bested. I don't know. I think they have to. They have to keep calm, know that they're going to be bested for the first map, and just go into the second map very, very focused and not morale down. It's like, okay, we're letting them have it. We're letting them have a head start. We've got this. We had them last time. We're going to have them again. If they keep that attitude, then maybe they can go forth and be merry. Otherwise, it might be disastrous for them. But Rush, as we pointed out, did play much better today. On mines yesterday, they couldn't seem to pull anything out. It was 5 or 6 draws total. I can't remember exactly. It was a very long game because they couldn't figure it out. But they, as I said, they rested last night, they studied the maps, and today they feel much more confident. So I expect to see Rush doing very well on mines today.
Yes, again. Yeah, we just saw a lot better scouting, and I think the main, one of the main reasons for this easy win was that Killeroid. He got up there and spotted Amelie very, very early, and he went down to almost no HP, and then he couldn't do much for the rest of the battle apart from scouting.
Indeed, we see that Rush must be quite confident. Although they're discussing things here now, I believe they just have to keep focused. They can't get cocky. They can't relax like they did yesterday. And I can't even call it relax yesterday. Flustered? Frustrated? I don't know. I don't know how they felt yesterday. It's one of those things they couldn't really communicate. I tried to ask Eclipse, and he was just like, don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it. We know we messed up. We know we played terribly. Just don't talk about it. Actually, I begged him today. I was like, please play aggressive. Actually, I went over to him before his first game today. I was like, okay, no more playing like you did yesterday. He said, I promise. We've done it. We're sorted. Don't worry. But we have seen a difference in lineup. Going into game, we do see that GRA have gone for their GW Panther lineup, AMX 1390, T69 ×3, GW Panther, and Bison with the T2 Light in support. So they've gone for the heavy artillery lineup.
Yeah, and well, for Rush, they have gone with the same thing. Hexecutor, Inspirer, Lissau, Powerslide, Killeroid, Eclipse, and Deluxe on the 2 artilleries. So let's see if they can pull out some great shots, just like they did last time.
Okay, so Minx, Amelie, Dynamo, Calento, Dinio Blonde, and Armageddon 008 with International 64 in the T2 Light are ready to fight for their first map here on Mines. Now, it looks like they're going to go for the middle with International 64 leading the way to see if they're going to try and take the hill. Now, I believe you said that there is an advantage for one side on this map. Which side would that be?
It's the south side. The north side gets the advantage by having bushes at almost the entrance of going upwards towards the entrance of the hill.
Look at that sliding!
Yeah.
International 64 slides down the hill, but unfortunately for him, makes a mistake and does go down. You see the slide as he jumps over this hill, slid down, lost control, smacked into a rock, and then was finished off. International 64 just lost the first, basically killed himself.
Yeah, they just lost their eyes. And the only eyes they have now that they picked Daniel Blond on the GW Panther.
They did. They decided to go for a single scout strategy, and International 64 decided to go flying. Wow. Yeah. Okay, that was a big risk, and it did not pay off there for GRA. Now they're already on the back foot. Now, are we seeing... Oh wait, no, there's Killeroid on this side. I thought we were going to see the Hexecutor doing his usual strategy down the west side and totally destroy GRA. But no, this time it's Killeroid. Killeroid's turning up and finds Minx, but Minx dodges the shot from Eclipse as he rocks back and forth. This rocking back and forth, guys, is a way to try and trick artillery. You do it in a seemingly random pattern and try and make the artillery misclick against you. And it seems like a very pointless thing to do against...
1100 damage on Hexecutor, and he gets taken out in a single shot by the GW.
Oh my god, this is happening again. Hexecutor, it seems to be having really bad luck. Someone can really make him break the game, but here we go. Dinio Blonde bringing it back for GRA after losing their scout. Who needs a scout, right?
Yeah.
Who needs a scout? I can still one-shot Hexecutor with my eyes closed, with spinning around 3 times in my chair, and then just clicking the mouse.
Incredible shot there by GW Panther, Daniel Blonde. And Inspire and Lissau are taking some blind shots there in their T69s, but that would be a mistake since the other ones, the Dynamo, Calento, and Amelie, is coming from the blind.
Yeah, the IS, so the T69s versus T69s here, but there we go, Lissau does take out Amelie, and Calento at the front, taking a bit of damage, but is able to focus down Lissau with the help of his teammates, but now he is on his own, his Dynamo is reloading, Inspire and Powerslide are coming forward. Do they have enough shells to kill him? They might be able to do it in the next one, but no 5 HP survive, it makes him survive. But Eclipse decides to finish him off. So this is looking bad again for them if Dynamo goes down, but he is reloaded. He might be able to kill Inspire and Powerslide. They are out of ammo. Eclipse just fired, didn't be able to penetrate. Minx is coming to save his teammate. Doesn't manage to get there in time, but he will be able to kill Powerslide with 3 shots. But Powerslide gets another shot off at Minx, and Minx is not arty safe. He has to be careful here, but there was a lot of damage from Powerslide. This is not over. Eclipse could still kill him if Eclipse hit there, but oh god, round the back, it's Killeroid. So Dinio Blonde will not be able to help Minx. Minx decided to come back and try and help his GW Panther, who will be hiding and camping against Killeroid, who's already hit Dinio Blonde. Deluxe and Eclipse will be also looking in this direction, trying to help their teammates, but I'm not sure, will it hit? It looks like he might do. No! He missed, so Dinio Blonde was not able to kill Killeroid, and this is going to be disastrous here, but Minx can still do it. Oh, he didn't fire. I thought that was a shot over his head, but he does do a lot of damage. That means Minx will be able to finish Killeroid, which means that we have the reverse situation on the other side, as Minx will have to take on Eclipse and Deluxe without dying.
Killeroid can't get out of there before time.
No, he
Minx
will not
is
be able
already
to.
there. Does he know this? No, he does not. And
he does know. Oh, but the first shot doesn't go anywhere. And he goes for the... No, the second shot as well. Minx is making a mistake here, as Eclipse and Deluxe might be able to get him, but now he's going to reload. Hide and reload. 363 HP means that direct shots from Eclipse and Deluxe could kill him. And we saw that yesterday, that the Bison doing a direct shot can do probably around 200 damage to a AMX 1390. So Minx has not secured this victory, and basically this is up for grabs still. This match which decide if GRA are going to have to need the next two maps or not. Well, it's all up to Minx.
Yep. Well, Deluxe have been pinging the map up in A1 and C1, and he's now put himself in C4. In the bush, which was the advantage of the hill coming from the north, whilst the south had the slope going faster up to the hill coming from the side, or the south.
Now what we expect to see from Rush here is separating the artillery, using Deluxe as a scout for Eclipse. Eclipse has the biggest splash radius and the biggest damage, so I expect him to be trying to get the AMX 90 shot off, but Deluxe will be the one trying to find Minx. However, Minx will probably be looking for them as well.
Yes,
neither team will be... Well, I don't know. GRA could go for a draw. I mean, so would Rush. If both teams decide that they want to restart this match because neither team will win there, the points are too close, then they could go for the draw, but I'm not sure Minx wants that. I think Minx is going for it.
Yeah, he should. Well, he's not. It looked like he's not. He's driving around in circles, but there is 4.5 minutes left, so plenty of time for Minx to make a move and throw off Deluxe and Eclipse.
Right, so yeah, we have a new tweet in from Vizar who says those blind shots were awesome and we want more like that. So thank you for your comment and enjoy your 1,000 gold into your Twitter inbox.
Yep. And we've seen Minsk here. He is up on the hill and he is... Ooh, he's going around. Maybe, no, he didn't get spotted. Remember that the light tanks does keep their camo while moving. Oh, and Minx is spotted. Has he spotted any artillery?
No, he has not. He doesn't know. Whoa, and there goes the shot. Close. He's blind shooting. Minx deciding to stay still and blind shoot. What decision making?
Yeah,
he knew that he was getting attacked by Deluxe and Eclipse, and he decides to sit still and take two blind shots. What?
Yeah, he has no idea where they are.
That was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. What
the hell, mate?
Minsk thinking? The captain of GRA TM being very ballsy right there.
And now he's moving back. Do you think he's reloading?
Could be. You never know. If he fired all his shells there, and or maybe just kept 3.
The guess has come out from DDL Blonde saying, hey, if I was alive right now, I would be in that corner there, and he pings straight on top of Eclipse. He knows exactly where he is. He was obviously watching for tracer fire, and he did find it. So Daniel Blonde giving information, feeding it to his captain, and saying, hey, trust me, he'll be hiding there. And he's right. And Mix trusts him and go there now. Then he might be able to find him. But Eclipse knows that he might be spotted and moves.
Yeah. There's 2 artillery players playing mind games against each other, while one of the artillery players is already dead. That's quite funny.
Wow, here we go. Minx is moving in and getting very close to where Eclipse and Deluxe are. He looks like the GRA TM are not going for a draw. They really want this to happen, but is he just going to be scouting? He's going to keep the bushes between him and the enemy, but he must know the artillery will not... Oh no! Minx took the hill wrong! Minx took the hill wrong and lost 120 HP. The pressure must be on for him to make such a silly mistake.
Yeah, but none of either Deluxe or Eclipse are able to see him right now.
I hope that didn't just cost him the game, because now he's within one shot of both the Bison and the Sturmpanzer. Beforehand, I would definitely say that the Bison would have to be a perfect shot to be able to take him out, but now, I'm not so sure. I think now either of them clip him and he is down. Yep. Oh, Minx, what the... wow, the pressure is on. What a mistake to make, and the whole world is watching, and he does that.
Yeah. Oh, and he's blind shotting.
Again, but he's so close to Eclipse, he's going to reveal himself, surely. The answer is no.
No, and
he has one more
Eclipse
reload.
is pinging, and he knows. I think he
sees
saw
the
some
shooting.
shots. Yeah, I think he saw some tracers because he is pinging straight on top of where Minx was.
Indeed he is, so that means that Minx has to wait now for 40 seconds. Wait, no, he's firing
Shooting
again,
again.
so he still hasn't reloaded. That definitely is all his shots gone. He's not even firing where he needs to fire, and Minx now has to reload for 40 seconds. He will have 30 seconds tops to be able to get this out.
A
But
shot
there
hit
goes the shots
straight
from Eclipse,
where he was.
but now it's not there. What? I don't know. Ah.
The mind games here. Oh, we're entering the last minute, but Eclipse is looking this way, so if Minx decides to go there, then he has to be really, really careful because he is sitting in a bush, Eclipse, and he decides not to.
So Minx is moving back with 40 seconds left to go. I think he's going to go for a draw. He didn't want to engage, especially after his mistake of falling off the hill. So this will be a draw. It was a good draw, though. It was good action up until the last second, and Minx didn't think that he could take down the 2 artillery without huge risk, and has gone to, gone home. But Eclipse and Dulux can take blind shots for sure and try and guess where he would be hiding. And that is a common place to hide.
Yep, it is.
That is just one of many places, though. So Dulux and Eclipse, do you know what? I wouldn't put it past them to have a good guess right now.
I'm just waiting for Eclipse to fire right there in his face. I'm really expecting it. You can't really not expect it.
I have this feeling that this shot is either going to come really close. Where is it? Where is it? No. No shots coming in. So that is a draw, but that was a reasonably sensible draw, showing that the teams took a lot of risks to begin with, but as the battle went on, Minx's mistake, and I think he knew it's his mistake, falling off the hill there, losing that bit of buff that he needed to approach the artillery. Well, Rush said that he was the best player in the team, and that was a mistake that basically we've seen a few times in this tournament so far, but it's not a sort of thing you'd see in the online league.
No.
It's clearly something that's happening because they're offline.
Yes. Why would he go off the hill from up there? He could have gone up there, spotted, stopped a little bit just to spot, but instead he went with full speed over the side and lost way too much health against the Bison and a Storm Butterfly.
Well, Gratium threw that one away. They really could have won that. They had Executed down with one shot from Dino Blanc. And I don't know. It feels like they just wasted an opportunity to take a game against Rush. But they did this the other day as well, and they wasted a couple of opportunities, but they could have sealed it early. But they still won at the end of the day. So Gratium, they're just a little bit less stable. I like to think that Rush is like this with their normal performances. They're just flatlining. They're usually constant. And yes, we saw that they were constantly bad. They didn't get any better or worse. They were just consistent. But they were decent enough to go through. But then we saw Gratium, they're a bit random. They go up and down. Some games are amazing, some games they're not. They make silly mistakes, but also do some epic plays. So let's look at the damage. And the T69s really paid for themselves, basically on both teams, apart from Amelie, who was taken out very early, wasn't able to get his 4 shots off. And even out of those 3 shots he took, only 1 of them went through.
Yep, and as we saw, Daniel Blanc with 1708 damage, and most of that coming straight off Executor's 1100 full HP.
Indeed, so he
great
hit 2
shot.
shots basically there.
Yep.
2 direct shots anyway. So we look at the Bison and Stonepanzer from Eclipse and Dulux. They did a combined total of about 900 damage, which isn't great, but not the worst, and they were alive at the end there, and definitely secured them the draw.
Yes. Well, it is close to being, an 80% AMX 1390 taken out by them. So they still did damage, but not as nearly as much as last game, where it was the game changer for them, and they had a much easier time just pushing through Gratium and securing the win.
Well, let's go back into it. I think the next game will start, so we're having a rematch of battle number 2. And seeing that if one of these teams can go through to the second map, so win and take the second map, which would be Rush, or Gratium can get back to force this into a third battle. So that's what's going to happen any second now, as you see the teams readying up. I don't know if we're going to see any changes from Rush. They often keep the same strategy, but they do sometimes make some changes. They did, yes, they used the GW Panther tactic once, but it didn't really help them. They went back to their original tactic again with the Sturmpanzer and Bison, but that doesn't mean they're not going to try it again today.
No, they saw the GW Panther working for GRA or Unity. I can't really remember who it was, but yeah, they went against it again later on after a few draws.
Indeed.
And it just proved to not really be their style. But anything can happen. We haven't seen too many T-71s on this map from Rush either.
Yeah, well, I think that's because they don't like the T-71 for this map. They feel that they need a more special purpose. Now, talking to a lot of the pros, especially in Europe, they say that the tanks need to have a purpose. You can't just pick a random tank because they need to have a reason to be on your team. With the T-69 being very adaptable, being able to look up and down with decent front armor, a lot of HP, and great burst damage. Using pairs is super deadly on their own, decent in every regard. Then you had the T-32 that was often used because it had a great strong turret, the IS-3 because it has a decent armor and also great alpha damage, good damage per minute, not DPS but kind of DPM. So these are the sort of situations that you need to pick tanks from. However, you see the T-71, which is, as we've seen on some maps, very good on their own. Instead of like a T-69, you can take a T-71. But to take pure T-71s instead of scouts can really hurt you from vision.
Yep.
And that's what we see happening. If the T-71s get damaged early, you're losing combat value and scouting at the same time. But if you lose a scout, you get normally information because they take huge risks, because they're not really used for their DPS. If they can do DPS, then they're praised, but it's not expected of them. So like the T-50-2 can do a lot of damage, but doesn't have to do damage to do its job. Therefore, if you lose that, you're not as bad if you lose T-71. It's actually 2 tier.
Yeah.
So let's go into battle here as we see that GRA are sticking with their guns, and that is Minx, Armely, Dynamo, Calento, Daniel Blon, Armageddon 008, and International 64, picking the GW Panther strategy.
Yeah, and we have Hexecutor, Inspire, Lesau, Powerslide, Killeroid, Eclipse, and Deluxe from Rush, and they are sticking with their guns as well, not going with the GW Panther strategy as they are facing right now.
I want to see International 64 jump off a hill again. Epic slides! Epic slides!
We don't need scouting.
I think someone should turn that to a JPEG, sorry, a GIF. Jump over the hill, slide down sideways, hit a rock and explode. But here we go, the chanting from the audience, asking for them to get ready, rush go, and some calls for GRA as well. So we're going to see these teams clash again. Remember guys, that if GRA drop this battle, then Rush will win the first map. There'll be up to 2 more maps, but if Rush take this map, it leaves GRA to have to win the next one to stay in this. This is double elimination, but this is the losers finals, so therefore if they lose this, they are out.
Ooh, and Minsk and International 64 are spotted going down the western flank. Nothing hits them.
No, it does. Killeroid's shot from the T-50-2 knocks his gun out. And that is important because now he uses repair kit. Minsk now has no repair kit, and this is less than a minute in, so no repair kit left on Minsk.
That's really important. If he gets tracked in the open, then Deluxe and Eclipse has a lot of time to put some hurt on him. You see Inspire taking some pot shots at the bush where people usually sit, but nothing really, nothing getting hit.
No, indeed, but we now do see action at the bottom side as International 64 finds Hexecutor in his usual spot. This is something that the New Star abused over and over again. Was it New Star? No, it was... Wait, who was it who abused this against Rush? And Tosi took down Hexecutor over and over again. Unity there. Unity abused them over and over again, knowing exactly where Hexecutor would go.
Daniel Blonde has been spotted in his GW Panther, but he seems to be... Yep, he's gone. And, well, a few artillery shells might have happened, but...
They got to be careful now. If Eclipse and Deluxe know where they are, Armageddon 008 and Daniel Blonde will be in trouble. Next time they fire, I wouldn't be surprised to see them get attacked. So they must be very ginger with their next shots. They cannot be able to attack them just willy-nilly because they are being watched now, surely. And here we go, the T69s run into each other, as you see, but there is one missing there for Rush. So Powerslide should easily go down, but maybe he would be able to take out Kalento before, but I doubt it. It's Dynamo and Armali do finish him off. However, Lasau is able to see Armali, and Armali might be going down. The next shot coming in for Lasau does not connect, and he does get out of there, which means that Kalento and Armali, although crippled, are not dead. So it's 3 against 2. Oh, Eclipse! Eclipse knew exactly where he's going to sit, and he goes down. Dynamo, though, still being alive. The action is not going to let up here as Inspirer comes around, damages the ammo rack of Dynamo, and Dynamo uses his repair kit, but is out of ammo. Kalento, though, does finish him off, and that is 2 T69s from both teams down.
Yeah,
but I think Kalento's at worse shape than
yeah, he definitely is, and that was a great exchange. At least Rush got 2 of their of GRA's T69s down as well after losing the first one. Power Slide Inspired did really great in coming back and finishing off FC Dynamo, because he had been in the prior engagement and could not just take him down by himself. Lasau takes some damage.
Yeah, Minx was able to get a shot on the side of Lasau, but he really needs this because there is now 2 versus 1. Hexecutor is at max HP, but we've seen that drop from max before. It just needs 1 GW shot to really change this battle. But Minx and Kalento now taking quite a bit of damage and having to back off. GRA are on the defensive now. Regarding the tier points, it's pretty similar, but it seems like they have a disadvantage in HP. So we're going to have to watch now as Rush has to make the play.
Yeah, and Killeroid is making a small play up here. He's destroying a little bit of cover so we can get into the bushes here and spot around the hill. If there's someone sitting there like Kalento, he should be able to take him down himself with... oh, and you see Minx going to the hill as well, so Lasau has to get out of there now, or he will be in trouble.
He knows it though, and the artillery strike comes in, and Minx is tracked. 2 shots go in, 3 shots go in. Minx is going to go down. Lasau ambushes him with artillery support. Hexecutor is now moving this moment into going against International 64, and Kalento will engage Lasau, but this is going to be fruitless unless he can make Lasau make the mistake of forgetting there was artillery. Hexecutor does take out International 64. Kalento comes around to Lasau, who is reloading, but the second shot does not go through. Kalento does hit the third. 2 more shots remaining. He has to hit this nest. No! He ran out of ammo! He ran out of ammo, was not able to finish off Lasau. That means he will die as Lasau reloads and does finish him off. Yes. That mistake from Kalento makes sure that GRA will lose the first map. Again, these players from GRA are feeling the pressure, making mistake after mistake here.
Yeah, great movement by Lasau. He wiggled that tank as good as he wiggled. Yeah, he could. Yeah, he wiggled it.
He wiggled it just a little bit.
Yep,
and it was enough to do it.
Bounced on the front, and then Lasau just knew that he couldn't kill him, and he just sat still there and waiting for him to reload. And Daniel Blanc takes a
wild shot against Killeroid.
Yeah, and gets killed by
Deluxe gets in. Nice awareness there by Deluxe. And for the guys saying that how the hell did GRA get here playing like this, and the answer is they didn't. The amount of pressure here on the offline event is so extreme that these guys are being forced to make mistakes. They're not just bad players, they're amazing players. It's just the pressure. Look at the crowd cheering and shouting while they're playing. They know that also there's like 30,000 people watching them. They cannot hope to be concentrating as well as they do online. They're obviously going to be performing mistakes that they just wouldn't do in an online event. You guys who've never been to an offline event just don't know. Talk to any player that goes to an offline event, it's totally different. Come yourself to next week to DreamHack for the EU finals, Season 1 finals, and you will see for yourself how different it is to play offline. You get these guys who play amazing online, turn up to an offline event and just totally screw up, and that's because of the pressure, the total difference here. Now, we know that Rush have an amazing amount of experience playing offline, even more so than GRA, so they're going to keep calm a lot more. We saw their panic yesterday. There's only so much you can panic, and if they were panicking yesterday, they're obviously not today. They're calm today.
Yeah, but again, it was the first map and Mines where they looked pretty calm, and knowing that they were highly likely going to lose on Mines, but they did make a great comeback in the second game. But Minsk, with a small error, forced him to not be as aggressive as he could have been against the last remaining 2 artillery. So it could have been 1-1, but Rush then took advantage, and well, I guess they just hit Hexecutor, and he didn't.
Indeed. So while we look at the stats, I'm going to read out one of our tweets that have come in from Zhang. and he says that studying mines pays off for Rush. Let's see how well they do for the rest of their homework. And definitely true, their mines work was perfect, and they take out GRA 2-0. So let's look at the stats, and we see LaSalle doing 2,000 damage and Eclipse doing 1,000 himself, just as good as Inspira and Power Slide. So that was very good there. We have Deluxe and Killaroid staying alive to the end, doing their jobs and spotting and all that sort of stuff.
Yep. So yeah, well, as I just mentioned, Hexecutor wasn't. Well, yeah, for the full map we have the stats here, and we can see that LaSalle was really good in this one. And as not far from the top is Eclipse and his artillery with 2 kills and almost 3,000 damage.
Damn right. But Daniel Blon in his GW Panther gets the top, but you know it was a much bigger artillery unit, so the potential damage was there. He's also worth double the points of Eclipse and didn't do double the damage. But Inspire also did very well, getting 3 kills, just and was obviously enough. The GRA just were not able to pull it off. Too many mistakes by Calento and Minx themselves, wasn't able to do it, and obviously International 64 blew it for them in the second game as he killed himself really early. The crowd favourite Rush taking the first map. So yeah, guys, don't forget that we have Twitter competition going on for the gold prizes. We have 15,000 gold to give away for this match, and for the next match we have 35,000 gold to give away. Yes. So give us your tweets. I will be looking at them here and seeing any of the decent ones and reading them out. Lord Stargazer turns around to us and says, stop the stream, I want to go play myself, but I can't get away. So congratulations and enjoy your 1,000 gold.
Well, thank you for staying anyways. We know that a lot of people can't play. We know that a lot of people can't play and watch the stream at the same time because of the bandwidth, but we're really grateful that you're sticking around and watching this amazing stream.
Well, I definitely, it's always hard. You watch pro players play, it's so exciting, but playing the game is so good too that you've got to always fight between the two. So then we have another one here from Kamli Romlek. Rush is just better prepared. They do less mistakes, so they will win. And you're right, they did win the first map, and they could fight over the next 2 maps as well. So.
Yeah, I've been having a trigger happy fingers the last couple of days when I haven't been playing. We've been playing a few matches in the evening on stage on the computers there, but I played without sound, so it just wasn't the same. But I did have one game. But I really
I played against some pros this morning. We'll tell you that story in a bit. But right now, Savvy Madeline says the last match was crazy. Kept the adrenaline pumping right through. Keep it going. And yes, we will. And enjoy your 1,000 gold. So keep going on the Twitter. I will be getting to you as soon as I see any comments that were decent. We have one from SEA. We have Jonathan Cheng saying, Rush showing how to really play mines. Advance and overcome. That's how real pros play. And that is true. That's how they should have played yesterday against Unity, but it's definitely how they played today against GRA.
Yes.
So thank you again for your comment and enjoy your 1,000 gold. And here we go. Oh, Mark Kurt saying, Minx hurting himself from falling made me almost fall from my chair. Eating my microphone. There we go. Christopher P also saying that those blind shots were just a bit useless, so he just can't win from that, and he was totally right. He couldn't win from that, and that did cost them the set. So enjoy your gold, guys, from Twitter, and we will save the rest for the next 2 maps. So, wow. So far, the majority of the audience from International and Russia do say that Russia's going to win, and so far they're right.
Yeah, so far they're right.
But what about Runeberg?
Well, Runeberg is, well, we've seen them, Rush actually play this map just, well, a few hours ago, and they actually performed really well on this map as well, and actually won 2-0. So, and we actually saw, was that LaSalle or was that Deluxe? I think it was LaSalle talking about the Runeberg matches where they talked about how he actually the team quickly when they saw what GRA was doing, they quickly changed their tactics and adapted to what was going on the battlefield.
That's exactly what he said. In fact, we've seen his thoughts on this map. They actually played for a draw because they couldn't get advantage when they were stuck in the town, but then GRA decided to attack them but lost the engagement. The other time, though, they were stuck out on the field and they decided to pull back because they had the 8-point advantage, luring GRA out, and again, GRA failed to take it, and they did win that match as well. So both the battles on Ruinberg went their way from two different, well, actually, no, very similar styles of play. Playing for the 8-point win and playing for the draw both let them win against GRA, because GRA lost their patience and went for the attack. So let's hope GRA has a better plan on how to deconstruct the camp from Rush, because it does seem like they're going to camp on this map again. They did camp twice in a row against GRA, but it worked out for them. Why would they change it again?
Yeah, why? But yeah, luckily we've seen none of that, the 8-point taking advantage of that in the Mines games, since, well, Rush had a lot more confidence going into that map, and we can totally understand why, because GRA did lose to them, just like they did, with a perfect game. And in yesterday's matches, where GRA actually sent Rush to the losers finals, or losers bracket.
Yes, exactly. So we now have the last 3 remaining teams. For anyone who's forgotten, this is the last 3 teams. New Star, who went through to the finals, the winners' finals, and took it, is now in the finals of Season 1.
Yep, waiting.
And then we have GRA now versus Rush, who've had a long and treacherous battle. In fact, GRA were the ones who knocked Rush out of the second day.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is a rematch, kind of, and it's revenge for Rush, because GRA got knocked out by New Star, not by Rush. Rush was actually knocked out by GRA. So, this, although Rush are winning, they did beat GRA last time on Mines, so we can see now on Ruinberg if GRA can take advantage of Rush and kill them.
Yeah.
So, introducing Rush. Sorry, not Rush. GRA. In the blue GRA. Dynamo, Minx, International 64, Kalento, Armalee, Armageddon 008, and Daniel Blon running the identical lineup to Rush.
Yeah, to Rush. And Rush is Inspire, Powerslide, Executor, Lesau, Killeroid, Eclipse, and Deluxe. And Eclipse is now the only one in artillery with his Bison.
Indeed, and they are playing on the orange-yellow color for you guys for this battle.
Yes. And Deluxe is moving back to his T1, the Scout, where he can be a lot more commander-like, captain-like, and give orders while he's just sitting in a bush waiting for the enemy to appear.
That's right, which is not the same strategy we see from Minsk. He is one of the combat commanders from the front. In fact, I believe he is the furthest team. They are the furthest team with a combat commander. League of Liberty were the other team that had a combat commander too.
Yeah.
So all the other teams prefer to go for a casual small artillery or a T1 as their commander, and rightfully so, because you get if you have to fight for your own life, you lose track of what's going on around you. You get stuck in the details. And Montgomery, the World War II general, actually said if you get stuck in the details as a commander, you lose the battle.
And that is correct. We've seen that with Streko being the commander of League of Liberty and not really being able to pull it through for his team while commanding at the same time. But we see Rush in a little bit of defensive strategy here inside the city. But again, the city is open. If you get into an engagement, there's not many places where you can hide apart from behind this fountain.
No, but we are seeing GRA take some blind shots at predicted bushes where Deluxe would be, and I think they're pretty close, but no cigar.
Yep, Deluxe is moving, so they must have been pretty close. And now they're inside the cap zone.
Are they going for a cap? Are they just passing through? They are passing through. And Armalee gets hit by Lesau in the side, but International 64 does the aim in the cap circle. Okay, they might be going for a cap strategy here. They are. Kalento's in the cap as well. They're going for the cap to pull Rush out of the city. Very good play here from GRA, and we're going to see if they're AMX 5100s who are at the back, ready to do the damage if Rush come around the corner. Very good plan here from GRA as they have spread out, ready to do the hurt. And here we go. Armalee, go for it.
Yeah, Deluxe is actually doing some decapping there with his T1, which is also why the T1 is a very good choice, because that spraying gun. And we now see that the cap is actually completely destroyed, and only Kalento is left capping. So why is he staying there? Get some cover, Kalento.
Oh, and he does his shot from power slide, and Lesau backs off with 500 health left. But Armalee at 287, Kalento at 274. 64 means that they are in trouble. Colento gets another one from Killeroid. He has to get around the corner, but now he could be surrounded. If Rush come around the back, which they are, Inspire is going to take him down, and there he goes in the back of the turret. Inspire takes him down, and this is looking very bad for them now. It looks like they are going to be taken down because Dynamo cannot move his turret anymore, although he uses his repair kit. International 64 goes for the cap again. They are continuing this cap strategy, and Armely does go down, with International 64 being the last guy left in the cap circle. Hiding behind the bush. Is he even spotted?
Nope,
no, he's not spotted! Look at this guy's firepower! There he goes! Lesau comes around the corner. He was trying to be a little ninja there, but it didn't work out. GRA are going to lose the war here, as both the AMX 5100s go down within seconds of each other, and International 64 left on his own to die. Boom.
Boom.
Headshot.
Well, it was a good tactic to pull them out of the city, but
you shouldn't keep the cap afterwards. Once you see them coming, you lay the trap, you open up, and then you abandon the cap. Trying to keep the cap going went under fire by the entire Rush team, which was asking for it.
Yep, it is. And we saw how well the Rush were good at just getting in there and dealing massive damage to all the guys capping, and we even saw Deluxe doing some decapping. So we're gonna see how many decap points he actually got. It's gonna be interesting because that little spray and pray gun really can help, and we've seen that tank.
We've seen that throughout last year and in the Season 1. We've seen it in the European seasons as they play, and we saw Rush actually lose to a T1 against the Evil Pandas last year, as the T1 was just guarding the cap zone, and I think it was 3 T-32s in the cap circle, and the T1 just spray and prayed across all three and reset the cap to 0. When they reacted and killed him, doesn't matter, because the cap was down to 0 and the counter cap from Pandas won. So this same strategy has happened again to Rush, and Rush lost, not Rush, GRA. So Rush has learned from this and used it against GRA. So that was very, very good.
Yeah, we actually see that Deluxe actually didn't get any cap points, but by firing he revealed himself and therefore made one of the GRA players use a very valuable shot on him. He actually did. Well, I don't think that's any damage. I think maybe two damage. Yeah, he did 0 damage, but still, he took away a big shot from either the T69 or an AMX 1390.
So how can you reset a cap without doing any damage? How does that work?
If you hit the track or any kind of module, they are reset as well. Because hurting any tank, bounce will do nothing, but a 0 damage critical will do some damage.
So always aim for the tracks.
Aim for the tracks.
Cap circle when you've got no time to kill them.
Yeah, don't aim for the armor or weak spots. Just go for the tracks.
Ah, okay. So that's the best way to reset the cap if you've got enough time or enough HP to survive the next shot.
Yep.
Okay, so let's have a look at the stats. So you can talk about Rush. You talk about Rush.
Yeah, okay. I'll talk about all the 6 top guys. We have Lesau, Hexecutor, Eclipse, Killeroid, and Inspire, and Powerslide doing top 6 damage, which is highly likely why they won that engagement that easily. They were able to pull back quick, and yeah, he will see that why GRA needed to pull out as soon as they saw that that Rush went back. They really had to go to cover, but they were way too slow to get there.
Yeah, indeed. Now, there's nothing else to say really about GRA. They chose to do a particular strategy and they failed at it. They didn't leave the cap circle when they had already failed. It was like 90%. It was really good chance, but they got back. The T1 reset it. Once that happened, they should have abandoned, run for cover, and just used their situation to their advantage, but they didn't, and they died. But there we go. Lesau, Hexecutor, Eclipse, Killeroid, Inspire, and Powerslide all played very well. There's absolutely nothing they could have done. In fact, Deluxe did it amazingly as well with the reset cap points. Perfect round from Rush. It means Rush just needs to win this next battle, and they've done it.
Yeah. We even see Eclipse hitting 4 or 5 shells, so
and doing 1,000 damage.
1,000 damage
all of them went through.
Yeah, get to some cover. Get to some cover.
If you're going to sit in the open, you're going to get punished. That's the way it works. So yeah, game number 2 could be the actual decider. Game number 2 of map number 2 could actually be the decider. So let's have a look at Twitter and give out some of these goals, because we're going to run out of time.
Yeah, we are. If it's going this fast, then well, fast action is good. But if we're running out of time to give out gold, it's not that good.
Okay, so Daniel Tierbach says that was quite a good tactic from GRA. But Rush is just incredible. They really know how to play, and definitely today, Rush have woken up. They're not lying. They came to this day and said, you know what? Yesterday we're wearing white shirts. We needed black.
Yep. That's it.
That's it.
But no, a good night's sleep and a better attitude towards today's games definitely helped them. And it's still helping them. Because right now they're one win away from getting to the finals, the season finals, and sending GRA home early. Since they've come all the way through the winners bracket to face New Star and got taken out, so they were sent straight to this losers bracket finals and were giving a second chance against Rush. And they already proved that they could take on Rush, but they haven't been able to prove it right now. But we'll see if their tactics change, their lineup might change. We don't know.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So apparently we've given out 15,000 gold already in this last 2 maps. Wow. Okay, so that means that we have, let's have a look here, 35,000 gold left to give out. So 35,000 gold remaining for today. So you guys still should be keeping in your Twitters and keep sending in your tweets and your votes for the next battle. Once we know who wins from this, we will open up the voting on all 3 regions for the finals. We think it's the fairest way to do it. So that is Twitter, that is Facebook, and in the Twitch chat. But we will do the Twitch chat for a very, very condensed period of time. What we will do, we will ask for silence, we will then turn on slow mode, and we'll ask for a particular format at the right time, not now. We don't even know who's going to be playing.
No.
GRA could still come back from this.
Yes.
So that will only be for like 2 minutes for the guys who do not have Twitter or Facebook. Okay, so you guys will have a chance to be able to enter at least via that chat. So we will then go ahead and open up all the others, and once the match starts, we will then close all the polls. That's Twitter, Facebook, and obviously we would do a very small period of time on Twitch, and then we'll have a hell of a time counting all of the results, and everyone who's got a valid entry. And we'll go through how to do that a bit later when the next battle is about to start. So yeah, 35 more chances to win some gold.
Yeah, that's a lot of chances. So get those keyboards typing.
Get those keywords typing. Yeah, indeed. Right. So remember, these codes are one use only. We've recently found out for KR, SEA, NA, and EU. So if you won beforehand, there's no reason why you cannot keep sending in. Because if you do win again, and we don't notice that you won again, you could give it to your friend.
Yes.
There's no reason why you can't win again. But the gold tanks, definitely 1 per person. We're not going to send out 2. We have a very strict list for that because it's a lot more effort to get the code to you. We're not going to trust it by just sending out to any Twitter account. It will be going out to your account directly, either on the official forums, in-game, or some other way that we can do it for you. So anyway, what's the star prize tonight?
The star prize is a Type 59.
Type 59, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't had a Type 59, and we are sending away all the other Tier 8 gold tanks.
All of them.
So all of them, including the KV5. So here we go into the next game. This could be the final battle. Could be. GRA really needs to pick up the pace and take out Rush. But here we go. Introduce... Okay, they've done this again. GRA, Armely, Minx, Dynamo, International 64, Calento, Dino Blon, and Armageddon 008 going a non-artillery KV5 strategy this time.
Yeah, we see Rush being in their comfortable Inspire, Power Slide, Hexecutor, LaSalle, Killeroid, Eclipse, and Deluxe. But Killeroid is now in a T71.
Okay, now we have a story about this KV5. Armely drove this last... I think it was Armely.
Yeah, I think it was.
They drove this last time and they didn't do particularly well. Okay, so let's have a look at the KV5. If you guys don't know what this is actually one of the gold tanks we have up for grabs. However, they drove it down exactly where they're going right now on his own, with no support. This time he's got support.
Yes.
And he was just ambushed on his own and was killed. With all the HP, with 1800 HP, was just taken out on his own. So, yeah, we're going to have support this time and see how they deal with the KV5.
Yeah. But yeah, they're moving into the east side, almost all of yep, and we already have Calento spotted by Hexecutor, and hurt by him as well.
As we see Hexecutor shoot at Calento, but Minx now in trouble. As Inspire, LaSalle, and Hexecutor are all here, but I think both teams are all here. We're going to zoom out here to just see the formation here. Rush is all together, but we have all the angles here. It's Lash264 trying to cross and getting shot from the... Where from? It looked like he came from the side.
Killeroid. It was Killeroid in his T71.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a little pokey, but...
Oh, he was to the side. He was unspotted. And he fired from the far side. There we go. You can see now that Killeroid was on the far side and managed to get some shots off without being spotted. Very good ninja work from him. It's Ashu64 taking a big shot. Lisao is engaging here, trying to take out Kalento and Minx. It's Ashu64 though, panicking a bit and damaging his own teammate Minx. Power Slide though, out of position and is able to be hit by Minx and International 64. But Inspire and Lisao are trying to take out Kalento. Kalento reverses into Power Slide, and Power Slide takes him down as his teammates back off and leave him to die. Dynamo then moves in to try and help his teammates, and he goes down. GRA are losing this as the KV5 has been out of this battle this entire time, and that's the disadvantage of the KV5 as it is just too slow. But Killeroid is burning! Killeroid is burning, and Armageddon is taking him down. And International 64 helps him out and takes him out as well. Executor and International 64 going one-on-one, but International 64 does go down. Armalee's still at massive HP. He needs to get in there. He needs to be able to get in there and help his teammates. He has not been doing much. He's fired 2 shots this entire time and has all that HP. Again, the mistake with the KV5, and it looks like he's just going to die without doing anything again.
Well, he has killed someone.
He has killed somebody. It was a one-shot and he turned up too late. He needs to be a distraction for his teammate. He cannot be on his own. GRA did this last time. As soon as the K5 was on its own, it's such a slow big target that the light tanks can just run circles around him. But Executor is in trouble now, trying to run away as Armalee will be able to get him. He's got to try and hide, but no, Armalee should be able to hit him here. Yes, he is. Now Inspire is in the open now with the AMS-5100 who can kill Armalee. Armalee's in a lot of trouble, but Armalee's getting hit by Armageddon in the rear, and that isn't enough damage though. Armalee has got the DPS to kill him. Minx is going to try and help him out from the side though, because he was able to kill Lisao on the other side. Now Lasao's dead, but Inspire decides to move his aim and change it, but Armageddon does some more damage to the rear, and oh wait, Inspire turns around to kill him, but I've not counted the shells. I've not counted the shells. I have no idea if Armalee can die to Inspire, and I don't think Armalee knows either.
No, I don't think so, but we got to be careful because Armalee is down to a very, very low
Eclipse
HP.
could be able to kill him if he gets a hit on the backside. Rarely you see the engine block here is actually really weak, and the Bison can easily penetrate that. Easily.
Yeah. Well, the Bison is doing most of the damage. We're gonna see that in the stats up towards the battle here. But right now, Inspire is just trapped behind this rock.
Indeed. You see, this is the mistake. They could have won this battle with the KV5. It's done a lot of good, but it was out of the battle they engaged without the KV5 again, and this is the disadvantage of the KV5. It's just too slow.
It's way too slow.
And so Rush were able to outmaneuver. Although Armalee came in late and did a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, it's just a little too... the Bison from Eclipse take out Dina Blanc. It's just a little too late. He turned up after his teammates died. No.
He wasn't spotted.
He wasn't spotted.
Nope, Eclipse
Eclipse, he just knows the maps, he knows where people sit, and now it's the KV5 versus Eclipse and Inspire. I just
Deluxe he just pinged where he should be aiming for the KV5, and meanwhile Deluxe is going down to cap the base because the KV5 is the only thing they have left, but it is spotted now. So will Eclipse hit it? Because it is in the open. Eclipse can hit it.
Rocking out from a thing. There he goes. The Eclipse misses his shots, and Inspire now moving in to engage. He won't actually reveal himself until Eclipse is run, but Eclipse is not spotted. Regardless of what Eclipse is doing, he cannot. Armalee is doing. He cannot see.
Oh, he blind shots him.
There he goes. Eclipse finishes off GRA. GRA go down 4 battles in a row, 2 maps in a row, and Rush are on form. Rush are on fire, not literally of course, because they are burning their opponents, and the Titans of Russia win their second map and move forward. Oh yes.